Okay. Let me get into this. Yo, welcome to the latest update for the MPC. Okay. What up, everyone? Welcome. So it's out today. It's not out for public as in finished, but it's out for anyone that wants to get in and subscribe to the beta. The MPC 3 is out. It's being announced today. All right. So right now we have the arrangement view on the MPC. Plus, we have this nice view as well. I hope everyone is hearing me. Can anyone confirm that they can hear me? That they can hear the beat as well? All right, thanks. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this was sent to me last week, and I just couldn't. I didn't have the time to make a proper video, so I decided to do a live. All right, and I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can of this new MPC 3. So a lot has changed, and we're gonna get into it. All right, we're gonna talk about the update. So if anyone goes into the description of the video, they can see what's up. This is MPC 3. Let me just stop the beat. This is the MPC 3. It just has a whole new look under the hood. A lot of things have changed. We're gonna go through them. This is the new main window. This is the new channel mixer. So basically, if anyone knows the Akai Force, that's what this is in a nutshell. I think this comes from the Akai Force. If I've owned it, I know how it works. So yeah, so the purpose of the stream today is just to show you guys, let you know that this is a public beta. I'm running the beta right now, so it's not official as of yet. But the good news is that anyone can go and sign up for the beta today. It will be available on the Kai website, if I'm not mistaken. Anyone can start signing up for it, and it will be available to you as well if you want to test the new beta. So, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen any bug. I don't think we're going to see any bugs today. I don't know, maybe. Um, yeah, man. So it's great. I mean, I'll tell you like this, like the to me, and to be honest with everyone, this is a bit it's a really nice update. At the same time, there's a few things that have changed that were part of my workflow before, and now they're just gone. Like and I think really the biggest thing on the update, and I just wanted to see if more people would join in before us. I would start sharing really the biggest changes on the updates. So if you guys can please share the video and see if we can get more people to come in and just like the video as well. Uh, Maybe we can get some more people in, and I'll start really going through the whole thing. But in a nutshell, there's a lot of things, of course, that you can see just on the screen. The biggest changes I would say is the arrangement view that we now have. You can now see everything as a DAW, which I think that's what the MPC now really is. It's more of a DAW workflow where you have all your tracks laid out like that, and you see the arrangement. You can get into the grid as you used to. So that hasn't changed, and now you have the tracks on the side, and all these tracks on the side will be shared through all the sequences. So that's the big change here. So if I just pull up a new track, it can be an audio track, that track will be also in sequence number two, or whichever sequence you bring up, all these tracks will always be right there. Okay. The only difference between sequences now is that you can have different arrangements through the different sequences. Um, yeah, so if I go back here to my first sequence, you see that this is where I made this beat. It's a 4 bar loop, and of course I can just double it a few times and just get like 64 bars or more. And right now I have that linear view, which to me, like, I wish they could just throw in some regions in here, which would help the visuals. But again, you got that nice arrangement view right there. You can loop any section that you want. You just move that and you'll be looping that section. You have to pull up the other end. And yeah, you can move around the looper like that. Yeah, we got linear arrangement. So yeah, we can just loop any section in here. Zoom in. If you want to go into a track, just double tap that. Oh, actually, if you double tap that, you get some options here to edit the track. The cool thing is that you can change position. So this track in this case is it's the second track. We can say that we want it to be up top, and it's done. So now it's up there. So there's a few editing things that we would expect from a view like this. Um, yeah, if you want to edit that, you can just pull up this screen, which quickly you can get through the MIDI, or you can just go into the grid and you're right there in the loop. So yeah, man, it's just a simple view, but very helpful. I've been making beats on this for the past week. It's pretty much almost the same as before, but now we have an arrangement view. Let me stop a little bit here and let me go here into the comments. Which MPC do I prefer, this one or the MPC One Plus? I mean, I prefer this one if that's what you're trying. But I like the MPC Live a lot. It's just nice to have an MPC that you can take anywhere. Just be on the couch with it if you want. The new update looks so colorful. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that they're talking as well, is just saying that it's a colorful update. I think especially because of the mixer as well. Yeah, the mixer has the volume, pan and volume here. You got sends, effects right here. A few things change like this. This is a nice touch that you can just turn on and off the effects. You can go in there and now you can bring your effect up and down the position right there as well. That's pretty cool. I like that. Uh, Close that. You can go into the pad mixer. You'll have the same type. Let me see. Let me go here to track number 2. I think that's where my drums are. Um, Back into that mixer. The cool thing is that you can get here into the settings as well and say, okay, I just want to see the channels that have been recorded on the track. So you go by events, and now you only see these that have been recorded on the track. That's pretty cool. I like that as well. Or you can just say filter by samples that are being used in the program. That's another thing that you can do as well. So this filter right here option is really nice. So this is the view for the pads. If you go to the channel mixer, if you go to the right, you'll see the sub mixes, the returns, the outputs as well. You got the ins and outs here that you can choose from. So everything is basically the same MPC, but just with a different look. That's what it is. Let me see if I have any questions here. So give us, yeah, when you're MPC. The arrangement view. Let me get back to here to the arrangement view. So right there, you got these editing tools. You can trim, you can transpose. The cool thing I say like about this view right now is because of course you can see it in a linear way, and you can do automations. Right, we had a lot of problems before that some samples or automation wasn't working when you would jump from one sequence to the other. Right now you can create an actual automation that just flows and take it out and bring it back up in any section of the sequence. So for automation, I'd say this is really nice. So the browser is it's a bit different, but not much has changed here, to be honest. Oh, they're streaming now, so you can stream a sample. So you can stream samples. Let me say that. So if you go into the menu, this is very recent to me. Okay, but you can go here maybe in the project. I think that's where it is. So now we have streaming of samples, and I can turn maybe. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got time to get into the streaming side of things, but you can stream samples straight from your hardware. If you like, if you have a big sample, you can just stream it straight from your card. And yeah, so that's the big change from the browser. What does it mean? It means that it's not going to take up space in your project. Maybe when you save the project, you're going to have to save it with the sample, but as you're browsing through samples or trying things, you don't need to, add extra space in the project, so taking up space in the project. I think that's what that means. So it streams straight from the card. It doesn't load it up into the project, so it doesn't take space. I suppose that's it. But again, I haven't gone deep into this. I wish that it could do a bit more. Like you could, stream a pad, a snare, and you can go into your folder and just go through snares until you find the right snare, and then just stream it straight into a pad. But I don't think it does that. It does some other thing, which is nice. A lot of people I think were asking for that, so here it is. Can you automate XY effects on this? I don't know. Let's try it. So add new. Let's say I want to add it to the mixer. Maybe. You know what? I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to lose myself here. But I don't see the reason why you couldn't automate XY effects in it. I don't see why not. I think you can automate stuff on the outputs, on the main outputs as well, because I saw a video from Andy and he was talking about that as well. So it's the same track limit. From what I know, you got audio tracks up to 8, right? It's the same limit, but like the MIDI tracks, the programs like the drum programs, that is the same count. It's the same count, but the audio tracks I did try to put more than 8. It wouldn't go as far as 8. So the official release date, I don't have one, but you can go and sign up now for the beta. You can get this on your MPC as of now. I mean, you have to sign up for it, and then in a week time, they'll let you in on the update. So to me, like the biggest thing about this update is that imagine if I was making a beat, right? Let me get here to my arrangement. All right, let me get to that mixer here real quick. Funny how that actually changed there as well. Huh? See that? See how it changed there? I don't know how I did that. Oh yeah, you can get locators here as well. So I'm sorry, I'm still fresh to this update. Um, and from what I see that I went to the mixer right there. I went to the side, and now I have my outputs right here. And if I now go into the arrangement, you can probably change it here in the arrangement. I just don't know how to do. Oh, is it that? Is that right there? Okay, so you can get into the buses right there, and then you can automate this. You can record automation into this, but I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen Andy do it. So you can, I think, apply effects to the outputs here. I don't know if the XY effects you can do it. I don't see the reason why not, but you can apply it to the outputs right here. So that's pretty cool. It's just nice to have that on the linear view as well. So I think you can sign for the beta on the website. If I'm not mistaken, it's on the website. You have to go there and sign for it there. Accurate is on the line. Accurate, do you know where they can sign up for the beta? I mean, I'm sorry, like I wasn't really prepared for this. I'm trying to show you as much as I can here. But I suppose it's in the website. Okay, so let me get out of these buses. Okay, so I just want to actually loop this section right here between bars 1 and 2. So before, and this to me is the biggest change, I want to delete this track. I'm going to just tap on it. You get a bunch of stuff here that you can edit the track. I just want to delete it. I don't need it. So delete the track. It's pretty much like a DAW workflow. And now let's say I want to bring up a new track, right? So there's two ways you can do it. I want to bring up a new program, drum program. There's two ways you can do it. You can just go here, create a drum program, and then load the samples into the program. You can do that. So let's just create that track. So it doesn't come like the old version, like now that it's the old version, the previous version to this, where you would have all the unused tracks ready to be populated. Here it doesn't come like that. There's no unused tracks. You have to create a track and you have to say which kind of track you want to create. So that's pretty easy. In this case, I just want to put some samples, so it's a drum track. I'll close that, and now I can go into the main. And once you're in the main screen, now this is what you see. You don't see the program area anymore because you can't change the program in the track, right? So once you create a track, that program or whatever track you created, that will always stay as that track number. You can't change the program in the track or anything. Okay, there might be some workarounds for that, but for now, this is the view. It's just that's the view. You create a track and it stays like that. It's basically just a DAW-like view. All right, there's nothing complicated about it. Um, okay, so what do we do right now? We have an empty track right here. You can go straight from the main screen and just hit the browse and browse for samples. If you're on the screen, you can straight go into record and record straight onto a pad if you want. It's just shortcuts. Okay, we can still go into the browsers, the same thing. So right now this track is empty. There's nothing on my pads. I can go into the browser and just search for some samples. Let's go in here. And I can load it each sample into a pad because the program is already created, or in this case, the track is created for samples. Or the other thing that we can do, because I have the program, and once I tap on the program, it says, "Do you want to load it to a new track, or do you want to populate the existing track with this program?" And if you say, "I want to just load it up into the track," it will actually delete all the samples that are on that track. So that's nice because sometimes when I was making beats, I would just load a bunch of different programs and I would just have tons and tons of samples inside of my project. So here is pretty quickly it says, do you want to just, load to a new track and keep the old samples that you're using? or do you just want to load it and erase everything that's in the track? In this case, because I don't have anything in the track, I'll just say load, and it's going to load it straight into that track number 4. Let me open this up, lower the level here. If you want to change between, so this is a bit different as well. If you want to change between the program and the pad, you just tap that. It will show you the pad. The cool thing about this is that it actually gives you the signal chain. So I'm seeing my pad right there, same thing that we saw before. It's a bit divided now. You can see the sends right there, the effects. So it's a bit divided right now, but it's the same thing. You see the pad, you got that level, the effects, and then you got the signal path. So this is going into the program, right? It's going into the track. And that's what you have on the right. If I say that I want to see my program, then I'll see the outputs, because this is going into the outputs 1 and 2. Let me actually try this. I want to send it to output 2 and 3 and 4. You see that changes right there straight away. So it's nice because you see the signal flow going. If I go here into my sends, does it change? It changes, right? If I tap on my send, it will quickly show me the return that has my effect right there. So that actually speeds up the workflow quite nicely. I think that's a really nice touch by Akai. There are other things that are pretty cool. If you're on the, I wish they would give us an option here to just change to another track, because some of these options are gone. Like before, I think we could just change the track right here. So if I'm on the arrangement, I can just go here, tap the track, and go back to the grid. And I kind of lost track what I was doing. I was going to say this. Now we have the select all. This is pretty nice because you can, before you would have to just try to grab everything that was in the track. Now it's pretty quick. You just do that. That's a lifesaver right there. Getting back to where we were. Okay, we got these samples. These are my drums. I'm just going to change my track right here, going to these. And why am I not hearing this? Because I changed the output when it's to 3 and 4. Okay, program edit is pretty much the same. Nothing has changed here whatsoever. I'm just going to lower the level of the program right here. I want to go into the program, just put this into mono. Right, I'm going to apply an effect to this. So I'm going to go into the effects right here, just tap that, and I'll say I want to put, sorry, I'm not going into the comments right now. I'll stop a little. I'll give me just a second just to finish this, and I'll go into the comments. So I'm just going to apply a filter to the program. Yeah, I'm just going to put maybe this one. Anyway, I'm just trying to navigate, not actually trying to make a beat here. I'm just navigating through the MPC, letting you know where everything is. It's pretty much almost the same, but now we got that additional arrangements screen right there. Let me stop a little bit. Let me go into the let me go here into the chat, see if there's anything I can answer. What about MPC3 software? So I don't know anything about the software. So far this is for standalone, all right? I don't know anything about the software. Can you micro shift non-sequential nodes at the same time? Micro shift non-sequential nodes at the same time on the grid. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what you're trying to say right there. If I can I shift nodes? I can shift nodes. we always could. I don't think anything changed there. I don't know. I can select these and just shift them like that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. The piano roll being updated as editing notes is a pain in the ass. The piano roll, I don't go there much to be honest. But if I create like let me close this. I'm gonna create a new track. I'm gonna go here and just create a plugin, and let me go into the grid. I don't think much has changed. I don't think like you got edit functions right there, which are pretty much the same. I think it's the MPC hasn't changed much. I would say that of course it did. It's a big change in regards to arrangement view, but the details that we have on these grids, I think it stayed the same. That didn't change. In the chop section, so in the sample edit, there's a new function for chopping, which is if I go to the program, but it has to be on drums. So let me get into the drum track right here. If I go to program, there's I suppose this right here. This is, but it doesn't. From what I understand, it doesn't work in pad parameters. You got to go into all, or you have to chop. Okay, so you have to chop a sample, and then what it does, it randomizes the chops. Because this is something that Andy was doing as well. So you gotta, if you have a long sample, you chop it in the sample edit screen like this, or maybe I can add some regions right here. Okay, and then I create to a new drum track. That's what they call it right now. So it's a new drum, and I think does it can it use pad parameters? I don't know. Drum track using slices. Create. Why can't it change? Oh, it does change. Non-destructive. Actually, let me try it and see if it works with pad parameters. So I'm just using these slices to create a new track. Do it. Okay, so we should have this one right here. And right now, if I go into program, again, I don't think it works with pad. It can only work with all. There you go. Slice one, two. And right now, it has this little function which it creates a motion. So let me mute all these other tracks. Oh, this is another thing actually. Let me talk about this, but I'll try that first. So I just want to keep the drums. And now I'm going to record something into the grid. Let me see how this works. Let me. Uh, uh, uh. Actually, no, not like this. Let me try just the same pattern. So if I just want to lower the sample, the sound. And if I go to the program right now, oh, come on, let me select all. Okay, let me push this into. Two, three, four. Oh my god, I did this the wrong way. I'm sorry about this. Taking some time here. So if we hit this, I think it now is going to create a motion. It's just it randomizes the chops, from what I understand. It's just a new chopping. So you got randomized right there. Slice 5 cycles. What is that? I don't know. Let's just try that. Okay. It doesn't have a do it, so I'm just going to pop out of the screen. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I don't know, but this is like a new slicing function that they've added. Um, it seems interesting. And Andy, what was Andy was doing with it? If he was, using it to kind of create some motion with some hi-hats and just giving it like a nice little vibe, a nice little swing to the drums. So I got to get into that. That's the only thing new to slices that I've seen so far. Okay, but it's right there in the program. Spectra EQ. I haven't seen anything like that. What up, Dusty Fingers? Um, Let me see if I got any questions here. Oh yeah. So one of the things that to me, I'm sorry, my throat is killing me lately. So one of the things about this update that to me was bittersweet is because I used to just, open up a sequence, load samples into it, and then go to a new sequence, and it would be just a whole different vibe. I would create like a different type of beat in another sequence. And I would use track mutes as well to build a song in the song mode. Nowadays, track mutes will be the same for all the sequences. So I got my sequence one and I'm going to copy it. So let me close this. Um, Notice that on sequence number one, I got all these tracks muted. I'm going to copy this to sequence number two. So copy sequence. Oh my God. Copy to sequence number two. Do it. All right. So in track, in sequence number two, I got these mutes. If I unmute it, it will also unmute in sequence number one. So the mutes are always shared throughout the sequences. And that's something that to me was kind of like, man, I love this sort of workflow because but this legacy workflow of the MPC is, I don't know. They could change it. I don't see why not. I mean, this could be something that could be changed. I don't know. I don't know. But this idea of muting tracks on a different sequence, that's out the window. So it's here no more. From what I understand, if I mute a track in sequence number two, it will mute the same tracks in sequence number. If I mute tracks in one sequence, it will mute it for all the sequences because the arrangement is this. This is the position. So if you're muting this track right here, you're muting it for all the sequences. So these are the same tracks for all the sequences. The only thing that you can do in different sequences is create different arrangements. So the MIDI notes that you record into a sequence, you can change those. So instead of muting, you would actually have to delete these MIDI notes as well. Ah, I see what you're saying about selecting the notes. That's an interesting one actually. I don't know if you can do that. Something that never occurred to me. But so if I understand what you're saying is that I go here into the grid and I'll just zoom in and say you want to select like you want to select these and these. So if I do that and now if I try to do that, it will unselect that. If I press shift, let me see if I can do that. No, I don't see a way of doing it. It's actually an interesting way that I never thought of that. But to my knowledge, that doesn't exist. Okay, so the time correct is now right there. You can access that straight from there. You got some options here as well. Same we were before. These are the views that we had before. So same options that we had. They're just in a different place right now. They're on the grid. The arrangement view has editing options as well, insert bars. So you can copy events between sequences, same thing that we did before. That's still the same. I can create a whole different arrangement on another sequence and copy it into the another sequence. We can do that as well. Let me get into these questions, see if I'm missing something. Black Friday, I don't have none of that, but I can think of that maybe. You didn't. So Zanza is saying that he couldn't download the beta. Is it possible through the MPC standalone Wi-Fi? I don't think you're going to be able to download it today. You have to. I don't know how it's done, but I think you're going to have to subscribe to it first, and then they'll send you the beta. Okay, so you're not going to be able to put it on your MPC today. Today, you're going to have to sign up for it. Yeah, yeah. This is basically what's on the Yakai Force is the same thing. Yeah, not much has changed. But I think goes a step further to have it on the MPC because on the MPC you can actually have multiple arrangements. Because I think on the Kai Force is like you're just working with one sequence. Here you have a bunch of sequences that you can work from. So you like that, Ali? Oh, that's nice. I mean, see, a lot of people are going to love this sort of workflow where the tracks stick and they stay the same throughout all the sequences. That's interesting. Like for me, that's like, ah, man, I wish that they hadn't done that. Hopefully, there will be like an option on the preferences for people that want it and people that don't want that. That's nice. Yeah, yeah. So this is the MPC 3 again, man. Um, you got those views there for the program edit, sample edit, still the same. Pad mixer, it's beautiful right now. This is really nice. I mean, with my MPC X, I could obviously use my Q links here, and that's to me is way faster than probably this. But if you're on the MPC 1 or the MPC Live, this will be so nice to use. Still here, man. Just having this and be able to see the volumes is still nice, still pretty cool. And it's on the pad mixer, the channel mixer. In case you guys are wondering about this view, still pretty much the same. Now we got that record arm thing right here on the main screen. That's for your tracks if you don't want to record, or if you have the track armed is right there. Uh, you can duplicate tracks right here pretty quick. I like that. The only thing that I don't like is that they could have an option saying, "Do you want to duplicate?" Because I might tap that uh, just I touch the screen accidentally and it kind of copies it, but that will duplicate your track to a new track, basically creating a new copy, just like when you duplicate a program on the MPC. That's what that is. But here it duplicates the track and duplicates the program at the same time, just so you can see the grid view from here as well. You can play that. Yeah, that's nice. Let me take that away. Another thing to mention, which I think is important, you can open up your projects from your previous NPCs here. All right, but because of this thing of the track mutes, it will mess up your. It won't come out as you think it will come out. And you can't open these projects on the old versions of the MPC. I tried it. I made it like this beat. I can't open it on my previous um, updates. So the thing that it does is that because the track mutes are always the same for all the sequences, if you were using track mutes on your previous projects to build a song, and then you try to bring that project into this MPC, into this update, your track mutes is just not going to be the same, and it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. Just be aware of that. All right. The thing that I'm doing is that I'm using this on my MPC. My standalone is built in with the beta, but if I have to go back to my previous beats because they're built with track mutes in song mode, I have to open it on my software. So I've been doing that. If I want to get back to my old beats, I have to open those on. So it's going to be a bit tricky to get that sorted, but I suppose everything, like, this is really a page turning in history when it gets to MPC updates. Akai is all my beats are just going to have to be open in a different MPC or the software because they just don't. You can open them up and they will open and you'll have all your projects, all your drums, everything will be there, but just the track mutes won't be there, and you might have to mute everything or just arrange your track in a different way or just finish your beat in a different way. I don't know. It just doesn't translate too well, but it does open. You'll have all your samples, all your programs, everything will be there. Yeah, they made a real mixer window. This is really, really nice. You got the IOs right there. Send this thing wherever you want to send it. You got the effects as well. The cool thing about the effects is that you can just send it, you can move them up and down right now. A lot of people are asking for that, and that is really nice. Thank you for that. Uh, of course, you got your solos. Oh, this nice little feature that I like, which is in the track mutes. Now we can say that I want a solo. This is something that came from the first NPCs. You would have this sort of workflow, but these new NPCs didn't have this, where you had the solo in there, of course, but now I can, if I tap, I can just play and solo instantaneously. It just the behavior is a bit different right now. You can change it between mutes if you want to mute or solo. That's nice, man. I love that workflow. And because I love using track mutes in live performances in solo, this is something that I used to use a lot. So it's back here again. I don't think there's anything else right here. Yeah, back to that channel mixer. So, yep. Then you got the sends right here. You got your volumes, your mutes as well here. You can record. You can enable this to record automation as well. Um, you got the A and B. Like I can't really say what's happening here. You know, this is a force uh, workflow. And in the force, because you have a fader, but I don't know if this is going to stay. Again, this is beta. I don't know if this is still going to be here when it comes out officially. But this A and B, it's something that the Akai Force has a slider that you can just, slide between A and B. I don't think we have that on the MPC, or if there's a function in here that you can now use A and B. I don't know. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it. And if it is, it should be here somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, yeah, man. If you're thinking about these track things, the track mutes, it's going to be a bit ugly in my opinion, especially for guys like me who, I mean, I would normally have a sequence in track number one. I would have one program in sequence number two on the same track. I would have another program, and the tracks would be muted. So that doesn't translate well to this because here, this is what the MPC is all about: is this linear view, just like a DAW, where you have all the tracks laid out, and that's the view. So if you mute this track here on sequence number one, it will be muted on all the sequences because all the sequences follow this right now. Okay. The band is going, man, but no gigs yet. We gotta find me some gigs in the UK, bro. We'll go. All right. Oh, the knobs map. There's an interesting view right now where you can just slide this down, and now you can go here to the side and can quickly learn assign things to the Q links, and you can assign more than one parameter to the Q link, which is cool. And that's really nice for live performances. I think the Q links right now have been upgraded as well. I haven't touched this much, to be honest. Or I saw it in the video, but I haven't touched it on this. But you can assign several parameters to a knob, and it can be done pretty quick just from this drop down menu. Just tap the Q link that you want, set it to learn, go anywhere, turn that twist that parameter, and it's on. It's locked in, and you can do it for these two. Go to minimum, go to previous. You got some options here, momentary or not. Whereas momentary is like is that you touch it and it acts, and once you release it, it goes back to the previous setting that it was. That's pretty cool for the for live performances. So take that out. What options do we have here? Toggle. Got some options here as well. Yeah, just get that out. You got time correct right there, loop, automation, things that we had previously. So not much in there. I don't know if you can program a DJ fader, but because the channels have A and B like the Force, because the Force has that crossfader, they have this on the Force. But here, you might be able to assign it. It might be a plugin in here that I haven't seen yet. I don't know, or I don't know. Parameter locks. I don't think there are any parameter locks. I mean, you could sort of parameter lock things on the MPC, but not as the Electron products. But you can automate stuff. You can automate steps, just not as easy like as on the. So if you're looking at doing parameter locks like things on the Electron products, I don't think you can do that here. I mean, you can automate. Of course, you can automate things, but you can't automate them just for a step. I don't think. I haven't seen anything like that. The biggest changes here is the arrangement view and the mixer. So, and of course, that's huge. It is a really huge change for an MPC. All right. You guys haven't tried this yet. Once you try it, you'll see how big it is. What is that envelope follower from the Force? Oh, there's actually a new thing, man. I haven't tried. The I'm not even going to get into that. You guys got to watch Andy Mack's video because he's doing a really he made a really nice video explaining everything better than I ever could. I'm just doing it live here, just showcasing, trying to answer some questions. But there's like this thing where the XY effects now you can put these. I don't think it's even the XY. It might be a plugin here on the inside. Let me check it out. Let me see if I have some effects here. Uh, Modulation. Could this be it? Where's that? Kai Professional. Is it here? No. Oh my god. I didn't really prepare too much for this. I might end the stream. Oh my god, harmonics. Where is it? Basically, what it is that you can it's not I don't think it's the XY here. It's another effect where but it looks like the XY, or maybe it is the XY effects, but I it might where you can actually have this be the volume for something, this section here be an effect for another thing, this section here be some other effect. So you can apply different effects to these strips right here, which is insane for live performance. And that's something that the Kai Force actually does quite well. There are some things like that as well, but I'm not sure it's the XY effects. It might be. on the track or something like that, or it might actually be just a plugin that I'm not sure where it is. Is it the touch effects? Select that. Let me bring it up. No, it's not this. Um, so I don't know where that might be. It might be the XY effects, but just open it in a different way. I don't know. So I'm not going to get into it, but I did see Andy Mack do it. Anyway, if you guys don't have any more questions, I think I've done enough right now. And I don't know. Any bugs encountered? As you've seen so far, it's all good. Like I have had no bugs whatsoever. Everything's working. There's my beats open up, everything plays, I load samples, edit everything. I've had no bugs whatsoever so far. Yeah, it's free. It's free. So this is not a paid update or upgrade or whatever. You can this is free for everyone. Is this upgrade better than the old one? 100%. And I would say this. Um from now on, people just gonna I don't know if people are even gonna be taking the tracks out to a DAW because you can literally see everything here on the arrangement view. I like it. The only like bittersweet vibes that I got out of it is that you can't mute tracks in one sequence and have the other sequence stay the same with the tracks unmuted, because I really really enjoyed that workflow. But seeing that now we have an arrangement view, I might actually just be working here. I have to see how I work with it. Of course, this thing I've had this for like maybe a week, so I haven't used it much. But yeah, yeah, 100%. This is a great update. You want to see the main menu? There it is. So that opens up. You got the tracks here, or you got the arrangement view here. Again, not much has changed. The only thing, no menu button. What do you mean, like menu button? Oh, the menu. Sorry. Yeah, there it is. The menu is that like that change. That's the track edit, which was the program edit. You can go. You have more screens now. You can change where the icons are. This doesn't come like the update when they give you. I chose to have the arrangement here on the side in the sounds. They changed the icons a little bit. When saving, you get a few extra options than you did before. This is closer to what the Force has now. You got that project right there. You got that streaming thing, which you can now stream from a card. I haven't gotten deep into that yet. Yeah, this is not for software. This is only for standalone, and I'm happy for that because I have tons of projects um, that have been made on my previous MPC that I have to open it on my previous MPC updates than this one. Anything for the 61. So this update is for all the MPCs back to the MPC live, the first MPC live. So this will be on the Key 61 as well. But I don't think they did anything special for the Key 61. This is the same update for all the MPCs. That's what I think. There are no new icons, just the same ones. Well, the names changed here, but there's nothing. You got the looper, pad color, key ranges. I think that's probably for the Key 61. Now you see it here. I don't think that was there before. Good thing I kept my live one. Yep. Load multiple presets at a time for a plugin. I don't see how that works, but because one plugin can only open up one preset at a time. I don't know. Can you save them? I mean, to save. I don't know. I haven't tried that. Reorder effects. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can go into the mixer and you can just effects right there, and you can just go up and down. Serious learning curve. It might feel a bit weird at first, uh, but I feel like, and that's the thing. First time I saw it, I thought that I might have to relearn the MPC a little bit, but no, actually, it's the same. It's the same, but the only thing that to me is kind of a bit weird is that the track mutes don't relate to all the sequences. That's the only thing. Apart from that, is again, it's pretty much the same thing, with the exception that now you have an arrangement window. Pad perform. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything in pad perform. So you would have to have go here to a plugin. No, I think it's pretty much the same here. Again, the biggest changes here were arrangement view and mixer. There's no new effect here. There's they didn't really touch more than the arrangements, the arrangement view in the mixer, and of course the layout. There's completely different layout, faster, a bit faster to work with, especially here with the Excel window. They call it the Excel window right here. I mean, I can't say anything about lagging. I got the SE, so I have no issues with that. I don't know, you know, other NPCs would have it. I can't tell. Audio tracks, there's nothing new on audio tracks. So it will be the same. I actually don't use audio tracks that much. You got the audio track right there. If you double tap that, you can change colors, outputs, and inputs. Uh, I mean, this is how much I use audio tracks. I don't even know how to get in there. Maybe on the grid. There you go. It's the same thing here. Browse for samples. You got the editing options. Um, Again, I think the MPC, apart from having now an arrangement which is huge, and having a mixer section which is way thousand times better than what it was, it didn't change much. The workflow is still the same. It still feels like an MPC. You still load your samples the same way, but maybe now they're set up in a different place, and it might become a bit harder at first to understand what you're doing or where things are. But the workflow is the same. Not much has changed. Ah, that's actually nice. How is it to record on an audio track in arrangement mode? That's a nice one. So let's say I want to record this, right? So I'm in the main screen. I'm going to record this. Maybe, wait, unavailable. I don't know what happened right there. Let me just get back here and wait, buses. So I'm on an audio track, and if I press record, let me see if we record anything straight away. Let me just mute track 7. So that's track mute right there. That's the one. Oh, that's solo. I don't want solo. I want mute right there. So as you saw, I just recorded straight into that track right there. It was easy. I can go into the grid and see that. Uh, the only thing I wish that it would have done is to have more audio tracks. So you still have those 8 audio tracks that you can only use. So that there's your audio. You can do the same things that you did before. Whatever these things do: erase, undo, cut. Um, yeah. Software, everyone's talking about the software is the same, and I'm happy it is the same because I can move between the old version and the new version, because I have tons and tons and tons of beats that I did on my old version of the MPC that I want them to stay the same. I don't want them to, you know, software is the same. Yeah, man. I mean, like this view right now for the arrangement with audio tracks, it's really nice, man. I just wish it would be so cool. And I said this way back when I had my Akai Force. I wish that they would have the same sort of regions look for the MIDI tracks as well, for the drums. So I can just grab something here and just move it. And you can't move these. I don't know why. I wish you could just grab these and move them around or delete. I wish there were a bit more options, but you can do it just by opening the grid and moving them around. But if you have this view, this big view right here, why not have the option to just grab regions, move them, copy them, you know, which you can double tap these, go straight into it. That's pretty cool. If I double tap that, it will take me to that section as well. That's super nice as well. Yeah. I mean, it's such a big change, isn't it? I mean, just looking at this and imagining now, okay, so now I can just view my beat from one end to the other, just having all my tracks right there. It will, I mean, again, I just had this for a week, but let me check back on you in a month, like when I've done my beats here on this view. Um, yeah, that will be a big change. So yeah, it's not a big learning curve at all. This is the same MPC, but now it has an arrangement view. It's huge. Trust me, it's huge. I'm sure some people will not like it. Some people will love it. I'm sure there's always people that tend to not follow so much the updates sometimes. I'll stay with koala. Come on, guys. Koala's nice. I'm not saying anything, but bro, you can't really compare. Team koala, love it. I got koala on my phone as well. Just I like the app too. And you know what, Funk? So I think you're right. I think the guys at Akai are doing this, especially to open the door for the NPC to be more streamlined and to everyone kind of get into it in a more linear way, like everyone really works nowadays. I think it's really a step to take this into a more professional workflow instead of just being jumping between sequences. Visual EQ, I wish there's nothing in there with visual EQs. So the effects are still the same. You know, I know you guys want that visual EQ. That would be nice to have a visual EQ, but EQs are still the same. Everything's the way it was before. Do you have the knobs feature? I can't remember what the knobs feature was. The macro mapping. There's something about macro mapping here. Okay, that's the thing I was talking about. You mean like assigning several parameters to one Q link? Is that what you're saying? If that is what you're saying, like macro mappings, like assigning several, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. You can now assign several. Let me try to do that. Okay, why not? Let me try to do that. I haven't tried it yet, but so right now you can just go from the drop down and get straight into this queuing quick assignment tool. So I'm going to go maybe into my project. I'll just do this in my project. I'm going to say that this queuing right there is going to learn something. Okay, and I'm going to go into my EQ, just slide that. So now I have control over that. Okay, and maybe tap this one and say that I want that one too. No, it's not doing anything. I might need to go back main. Wait, maybe we found a bug. No, we didn't. So that is moving the EQ, right? Or maybe I'm doing this wrong. I'm sorry. Again, I haven't tried this, but I've seen Andy Mac assign several parameters to one Q link. Okay, let me try it again. So this right now is assigned to that one. Let me maybe assign the output to it as well. So let me get back into the main, slide that, Q link 16. Let me learn. Let me see what that is. All right. Let me learn it again. Back into the EQ, and I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. So we might have two right now. So now we have two, and I'm gonna again, yeah, this works, right? So back into this. So this is now macro. It says right there macro. Now I don't know where to. Maybe if I go into the edit window, we can see it. Okay, here are my macros. Okay, so that's the window at top is for quick assignment, but here you can see actually all the, all the um, all the parameters that you're assigning to a queuing. So if I tap that one, I can probably create a new one straight from there. Can I? It didn't goes. I don't like that. So I'll just do this. I'll just go learn again, and it's still my queuing 16. And I might want to go to something different instead of the EQ. Let me go try to go to Flavor Pro, and I'll do the gain. Do I want to do the gain? I'll just do this one. All right. So I'll just learned. It's right there. Okay. So let me get back into my edit function, main screen, edit. Maybe we're seeing some bugs right now. No, we're not. Sorry, that was my fault. Okay. So right now we got these three working right there. Can we edit this? 45. We can say the percentage that I want to work with. Maybe change this. We can have a few changes here. We can say that these things are more. I want that to be like that. See, that's nice. So basically, I can just say that the Q link is momentary, and I'll just slide it to where I want the effect to grow, and then just release it, and it goes back to the original position. So that's pretty cool for live performances, build ups, and whatever. You can always go back. So that was the answer to that. I think that's where you're trying to get to, wasn't it, David? So this is not out yet. What happens is that now you guys can anyone can get into the beta program, but you have to. I don't know where the signing is. You have to go into the AKAI website or something to sign in for the beta, and in a week they'll let you in. I suppose it's something like that. It's not like you can download it today. You're on the beta. Okay, so if you are, I don't know if you have access to it right now. Yesterday you wanted to sell. I mean, this is crazy, right? Because things change in a day. You wanted to sell the Force, and yeah, you wanted to sell the SE. Check out the parameter range below. All right, yeah, you got parameters range right here. You can say that. Is this for yeah each one? That's so nice, isn't it? That's really detailed right there. That's really nice. I like that. What that's professional thinking right there. So he's saying that. this parameter can only go between these two values, and you can flip it as well if you want. That's nice. What's in here? There's more linear. Ah, nice. You got more controls for each of the parameters. That's cool. I need to dig into this. This is really nice, especially with the MPC X. You got a bunch of Q links here. This is going to be fun to use. And I think you can actually have several. This is the cool thing. You can have several projects here. Oh no, you can't. I thought you could. Oh, you got two. That's what you have. You have two projects. So you can have as many as like, what I'm trying to say is this. You can have two project screens on the Q links. And then it goes to track, or they're now saying that track is the new program. So pad scene, pad parameters, and track effects. Track effects rack. That's a new one. That wasn't there before. You got the MIDI Q links, and was that before? Was that? Ah, there it is. I was looking for this. This is nice. There it is. This is the thing that I was talking about, and I think in a way this was on the Akai Force as well. So now if I go into my Q links, all right. So if I go into my Q links, I can go into the XY pad. And what this does is it got four screens for the XY pad. Okay. And what I understand, so you got the Q links to edit and you got the pads to edit. So I can say that maybe was that none. I don't care about that. X axis. Oh, columns. There you go. In this column, I want a certain effect. So let me, is that, maybe I'm doing wrong. All right, so it goes submix. I'll just use anything. There's nothing in here. Let me just go back. Track. Do I have effects here? I can just use that. Insert filter mode. I'll say that on this column, I have my filter mode. And on column number 2, I'll have another effect. Column number 3, another effect. 4, another effect. 5, another effect, and so on. Okay. And then, of course, you can open it up and have the Q links that I, plus this to just go crazy with effects. You can have one foot on this, your elbow on this, and just go crazy. Uh, and it'd be nice to have track mutes here. Can I go to my track mutes? No, you can't. You want too much. Uh, with can I can it be like just a quick view? And you have to go through there. XY, this is different. So yeah, XY is different. It looks like XY, and that's why I thought it was XY effects, but it's not. It's a different sort of effect where you can have. Do I have more options? You got rows as well. Oh man. So this is something that was on the Kai Force as well. You can get into like the pad scheme where you can tap on a pad, it will create a certain effect, but here you do it on the screen because this is 64 as well, same as the on the Akai Force. Is it 64? Yeah. Nice. So you can apply effects to the row and to the columns. Let me see if there's anything else there. Top left. Wow, you can do something. How many options do you have? Let me just tap on them. I don't know if this is the same quadrants. Rows, columns. Okay, rows, axes. Okay, columns, rows, and quadrants. And maybe you have to choose between one. You can't have them all. I don't know how that works. I haven't tried it yet. But you got different XY pads as well. So you might be able to have on one rows, on another columns, on another quadrants, and so on. That's nice. So just learn. Maybe go to an effect and just apply the effect. It will be applied here. Or if you can edit, you can edit straight from here, like I was doing before, and just go into. You got the macros that you can copy. Look, you can copy the macros that you were using straight to here as well. So that's really nice. I like that. That's such a great tool for it just, I mean, this update now, like if I on my MPC Live is going to be so nice because of the channel mixer. Because now you can have the volumes. You don't need to go into the Q links to do the volumes. I never really enjoyed doing that on the Q links. I on the X it's much easier. It's really nice to work here on the Q links. But now with this, it's just so easy to dial in the values on the mixer. Can you do presets on this? On the thing, it's a good question. Uh, take that off. Maybe. Let me give it a name to it. I just put something here. I don't know if you can save it, but maybe you can save the template, the project template with all the things that you like to use regularly. But I don't see a saving option here, to be honest. This is just a name, and I got no shifts. Okay. Yeah, going back to glitch. I don't know. Maybe. So to sud music, that's what I've said this previously. The old projects on the MPC don't open up as good as you might want them to, especially because the workflow of track mutes is different. So because, and I'm going to get back to this briefly, because when I work on my MPC, normally my sequence one will have certain track mutes. Sequence number two will have different tracks muted. Sequence number four will have more tracks, and different tracks will be muted. That's the normal workflow that I've had before on my MPC. And that when you open old projects like that on this MPC update, it doesn't. It's not that it the tracks aren't there. All the tracks, all the programs are there. They will be assigned to new tracks. That's what they're going to do. All the programs will be assigned to a track, but the track mutes are just not there. So what happens is that you're probably going to have all your samples play at the same time. It just and there's, I mean, I understand, like, it's a big shift for them to have this workflow on the MPC. And I mean, I don't know how they're going to work around that, but in my what I happened to me is that it just doesn't open up like I wish it would. So it doesn't. It's not. That's why I'm still using my software to open up old projects, and I might be doing that for a while. But again, I'm going to be using this to make my new beats. Everything from now on, it will just be a new era of beats where they're all going to get done right here, because I really like this workflow. But the old ones, I'm still going to have to use the software for that. Will it work on Windows 11? So this is for standalone. It's not for the software. Okay, so it has nothing to do with Windows or Mac. So beta, for the beta, you have to go and sign up for it. You have to go into the website. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry for that. You might have to go into the Kai website and search for it, or just watch the video from Andy Mackey. I'm sure it's going to have the link for you down there. Okay, man. It's been a pleasure to be with you for the past hour or so. If you don't have any more questions, then I'm just going to bounce. I'm going to go. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on this. So of course, this now is going to you guys going to be overloaded with videos on YouTube. Everyone's going to be making videos on this, and yeah, it's just nice. Okay.